Asics Nova Blast, Asics Nova Blast, there they are. Ooh, I like the blue. I like the blue a lot. And do you noticing anything new, everyone? I'm lacing up outside, not inside the house, outside, because it's nice out. It's going to be in the upper 50s today, and then 60s and maybe 70s later in the week. So, I think one of the reasons I've been sick for so long is that it just that nice, good, warm temperatures. Oh, I just missed them. So here we go. Asics Nova Blast Flight Foam Blast midsole, a new midsole foam from Asics. Oh, it feels so good. It just feels so good in the hand. So we shall see on this first impression run how they treat me out here in the streets of Denver. Let's lace up. Ooh, interesting. And we're back after the first impression run in the Asics Nova Blast. I tell you what, everyone, Asics is not messing around in 2020. They are bringing the heat. They're up in their game. This shoe was not even on my radar about 2 months ago, but sure enough, here it is. Decided to pick it up. Definitely a neutral road running shoe from Asics. Look at that twist test. More than I expected, actually. Way more than I expected. So if you need any sort of stability, don't pick this shoe up. It is not going to work for you. I am actually very, very excited about the ride of the shoe, but there is one drawback I have to tell you about. Okay, it's a neutral road running shoe from Asics. Let's talk about the drop real quick. 10 millimeters, so pretty high. I felt it immediately, as I mentioned, out on the roads. Felt that 10 millimeters, but it went away pretty quickly. I think I like it. I'll have to do a little more testing. This is not my full review, but usually I'm more in that 6 to 8 millimeter range for the daily trainers. 10 millimeters, 32 millimeters stack height in the heel, 22 millimeter in the forefoot. It's 31 and 21 for the ladies version. For the weight, we're looking at 9.2 ounces in men's size 9. All right, 9.2 ounces. And in my size, here it is on your screen. I believe it came in at about 8.5 ounces when I weighed it earlier. So pretty lightweight, honestly, for a daily trainer. On that upper, we're looking at what they call, are there any seamstresses or anybody that works in the textile industry that knows what jacquard mesh means? Jacquard, spelled Jacquard. That's what they're calling this jacquard mesh upper. I believe it's this sewing pattern that they used through the upper, which is so breathable. I cannot wait. I'm going to save this shoe. I cannot wait for the 90-degree temperatures here in Denver. I think this shoe is going to be really, really great for those hot days in the summertime when you're just sweating a lot and it's just a hot day out there. Or if you live in really humid conditions, I felt a lot of great breathability through that toe box on today's run. We got a pretty standard tongue on the shoe. No gusseted tongue, just pretty standard and straightforward. No issues for me with the tongue and the eyelet chain lacing up. It laid on the top of my foot pretty well. Not too much overlay, just the basic Asics logo there on the side. A little bit of overlay here through the heel counter. And this heel counter, compared to the Glide Ride and the Evo Ride and the Gel Nimbus Light from Asics, is a little more nimble, okay? A little more malleable or movement through that heel counter. There's no way I could squeeze that heel counter like this in those other shoes from Asics. So that's interesting. I'm not saying I like it or dislike it, but that's just an observation that I made. I will mention, okay, I'll save that for my drawback here in a minute. And the toe box, okay. Oh yeah, the sock liner. The inside of the shoe did feel a little slick. And I usually don't like that. So again, sometimes it's the socks that I'm wearing. So the inside of the shoe is the sock liner where your sock is rubbing up against the the inner wall of the shoe, and just a little slick and slipping there. So hopefully a different sock will help tame down the slipping there inside the shoe. For that midsole, we're looking at a crazy design. Look at this shape to the midsole. I've never seen this before. Frankly, I don't think on any running shoe where it's shaped and the geometry of the midsole is cut in a particular way to help create more bounce in the shoe. That is what Asics is going for in the Nova Blast. Bounce, bouncy, almost like what they say, a trampoline feel through your foot strike. They want you to feel a little bouncy out there, and it connects to the outsole as well. We'll get to that in a minute. I tell you what, I felt the bounce, and I think the 10mm drop helped contribute to that a little bit, just putting you, raising your heel up and putting you up on your toes a little bit more. I just felt the bounce through this midsole, and it was a very, was there ground contact feel? Not so much. I'm going to put it into the medium to high category for that midsole stack height. And I'm just reflecting. I just got off the run. There's not much ground contact feel. So if you like ground contact feel, maybe this isn't the shoe for you. But felt very protected and bouncy out there on the roads. And I'll also mention real quick, it is this new Flight Foam Blast midsole composition material. What it is exactly on a scientific level, I do not know, but it's called the Flight Foam Blast midsole foam. And onto that outsole, it's an AHAR Plus. So AHAR, that's the Asics High Abrasion Rubber. That's the orange there on the outsole, and it felt great. I love that it's there. The tread pattern is there, but it's not too much, okay? And then there is a decoupled groove through the outsole, similar to a certain extent to the Glide Ride. The Glide Ride also has a decoupled groove, but it is this decoupled groove through the outsole, so this little valley here that helps create the trampoline feel. Because of that groove, when you're landing, it expands outward, so it allows the shoe to break here. Let me see if I can do it with my feet or with my hands. It's like this, and it's like the trampoline going in on itself through your foot strike every time your foot comes down, every time your heel or your midfoot, depending on where you're landing. So I really loved. In fact, let's just jump into it. Positives and drawbacks. Positive, it's the ride of the shoe. I loved it. And I'm trying to decide, how am I going to use this shoe moving forward? Is it a long run shoe? Is it a tempo shoe? Is it a daily trainer? Is it an easy day shoe? I'll get you my answer here in a second. And then the drawback is I did not like how much space there was through the toe box, a little too much movement through the toe box for me. So maybe I should have gone a half size down. Also on the left side, the heel tab was cutting into my Achilles tendon just a teeny tiny bit. I might get a blister, probably not. I just felt it ever so slightly, so hopefully that goes away. I haven't had that happen since the Hoka Carbon X last summer in 2019. So anyway, those are my two drawbacks. Just a little issue through the upper of this Nova Blast. For my durability prediction, I'm gonna say 450, maybe 500 miles. I think so. I think this shoe's going to go far. I don't think it's going to go, let's say, as far as the Glide Ride would, or even the Gel Nimbus Light, perhaps. I'd have to remember the Gel Nimbus. Yeah, I think the Gel Nimbus Light had a little more rubber on the outsole, but I'm going to say that 450-mile range for the Nova Blast. How will I use this shoe moving forward? I think this shoe, guys, I think you can use this in different ways. I think it could be a tempo day shoe because it is light enough and it has enough energy return through that midsole. I think you could also use this shoe because the stack height is there for a long run day or a middle distance day. And probably, I'm telling you, this shoe is going to accomplish a lot of different tasks, I do believe. I mean, I think it could also just be a simple easy day shoe. I wouldn't use it for an easy day shoe because it has so much potential for energy return. I think you're going to want to run a little too fast in easy days. You need to keep them easy. But a lot of different ways, I do believe. And again, I'll let you know after 50 miles how I end up using the Nova Blast. And here's the kicker, everybody. Here is the kicker. it's coming in at $130. Asics, that's what I'm talking about. That is a great, not a good, that is a great price point for this shoe. Why? Because I do believe it's going to be able to accomplish different tasks in your running shoe rotation. I am shocked that the Asics Gel Nimbus Lite is coming in at $150 and the Nova Blast is now coming in at $130. Frankly, I think this shoe can accomplish more than the Gel Nimbus Lite, and I love the Gel Nimbus Lite. I probably like the Gel Nimbus Lite upper a little bit more than the Nova Blast upper, but overall, as far as the ride goes, I'm going to give it to the Nova Blast. And at 130 bucks, I think they nailed it. I don't think it needs to be any lower. I don't think it needs to be any higher as far as that price point. So overall, I'm very pleased with my first run in this shoe. I'm shocked. Asics, I mean, if you would have told me a year ago, everyone, that I would be running in Asics almost more than Nike or New Balance, or I would have said you're joking, like you're kidding me. There's no way. I think they're up. I think they get it. I think they've come around and they're making a comeback, and I don't know, maybe I'm just getting too excited, but stay tuned and I can't wait to see what else they do moving forward into the summer training months with their running shoe lineup. So there you go. Asics Nova Blast, overall amazing. Got to work on the upper a little bit, and yeah, we'll see how it goes with that toe box, but I'll get you the full review after 50 miles. And that question of the day, how was your run today, and what shoe did you run in, and why? Why did you choose that shoe? Did you do a 12 by 400 meter on the track? Did you do a 20-mile long run? Did you do an epic mountain run? What did you do for your run today? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We're going to call it there because I need to catch up after the trip to Atlanta, so I got to call it there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Oh, what a day. All right, we're going to toss it back right here to the Asics Gel Nimbus Lite full review vlog right there that I mixed into a couple other shoes with a couple other shoes. So that'll be right there. Thanks for clicking on that, checking that out, and thanks for subscribing as always. All right, Sig Beauty, work hard and love each other. See you tomorrow.